Hello, students. Very warm welcome to you all in this online lecture series for Environmental Studies, Semester 2. I'm Sumant Autade. We'll be speaking on various modules of second semester syllabus, Environmental Studies. In this lecture, we will have overview of the syllabus of second semester, and then we will start with the first module of second semester syllabus. So let us start. The syllabus for second semester of environmental studies is spread over four theory modules and one practical module. Theory modules include the first module titled as Solid Waste Management for Sustainable Society, wherein we will be discussing the conceptual framework of solid waste or different types of waste, sources of waste, classification of waste, different methods of solid waste management, solid waste management practices in Greater Mumbai, role of citizens in solid waste management, and the importance of solid waste management in sustainable development of a society. The second module is dedicated to various environmental issues associated with agriculture and industrial development, wherein we will be discussing various environmental problems associated with unsustainable agricultural practices and also methods and ways by which sustainable agricultural practices can be carried out. The environmental problems of industrial growth will be discussed in detail, including the impact of industrial growth on various environmental resources in form of pollution, global warming, ozone layer depletion, loss of biodiversity, and so on. And then we will also be discussing various strategies for sustainable industrial development, including green consumerism, green business, and also various strategies for environmental protection in corporate sector, particularly the corporate social responsibility and the role of CSR practices in environmental sustenance. The third module describes various issues related to the tourism activities. Herein, we will be talking about tourism, its importance, tourism as a global major economic activity, different types of tourism, new tourism, the tourism potential in India, various problems and various challenges that is faced by Indian tourism sector, the impact of tourism on economy, society, culture, and also environment. We will also be discussing tourism policy of India and efforts of Indian government to develop tourism activity in tune with the nature. And fourth theory module is related to various environmental movements in Indian context, including Chipko movement, Narmada Bachao Andolan, Save Silent Valley movement, and several other movements fought for environmental protection in India. We will also be looking at the concept of environmental management, various dimensions of environmental management, and important concepts in environmental management, including ISO certification, environmental impact assessment, carbon bank and carbon trading, and several other aspects, including legislation, environmental legislation with respect to India. The last module is totally dedicated to practical exercise on map filling of Konkan and Greater Mumbai, which we will be dealing with in the last part of this online lecture series. So this is the overview of the syllabus. Let us now start with the first module, solid waste management for sustainable society, which includes few sub-modules or sub-points: concept of waste, sources of waste, which we are trying to cover in this lecture, classification of waste, impact of solid waste on human health, environmental impact of solid waste management methods, solid waste management in Mumbai, and role of citizens in solid waste management. Waste is the outcome of human usage of various natural resources. Over the period of time, there has been the development in technology and culture with the time component. And as the technology has developed over the period of time, and as culture has developed over the period of time, it has led to overuse of natural resources to satisfy human needs and wants, and that has resulted into increasing amount of waste generation out of it. So waste, may it be liquid waste, solid waste, or gaseous waste, are the byproduct of human activities, and therefore they are man-made or are human creations. Various human activities, particularly the economic activities, including primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary economic sectors, where natural resources are used on a larger scale, and then it results into increasing amount of discarded material, which is familiarly known as waste. And therefore it is evident that as economy of a particular region grows or develops, the amount of waste also generate in increasing quantities. And therefore, the scale of economic development and the amount of waste that is being generated go hand in hand, or there is a very positive relationship between the two. And therefore, if you look at the developed economies across the world, they are producing largest amount of waste per capita, whereas the poor countries where the resource use is limited, the amount of waste generation is also less. And therefore, the waste generation, may it be solid waste, liquid waste, or gaseous waste, is one of the striking issues in present times, because the world population is growing at an alarming rate, and that has resulted into increasing demand for natural resources. And therefore, the amount of waste that is being generating day by day is putting stress not only on human societies but also the quality of natural environment. And that is the reason we need to understand various dimensions of waste that is being generated. Now let us have a look at the definition of waste. A simple meaning of waste is that waste are any unwanted or unusable materials which are discarded, either which do not have any value or worthless, which are defective or having some issues in operation, and any substance that is of no use can be considered as waste. However, the formal definition given by Basel Convention of 1989 refers to the waste are substance or objects which are disposed of or are intended to be disposed or are required to be disposed by the provision of national law. So any substance that is being disposed or any substance that require to be disposed or discarded can be termed as waste. European Union, on the other hand, define waste as an object the holder discards or intend to discard or is required to discard. So anything, any machinery, any object, any substance that is of no use for human being or that doesn't have any utility value for human being, normally people throw it outside, or that substance is being discarded. So all these discarded substances can be considered as waste. Solid waste is something that is being rejected for any use, and that rejected or discarded substance can also be considered as waste. So if it is solid, it is called as solid waste, or solid fractions that are being generated out of human activities. Now if you look at what are the areas or what are the occupations which are responsible for generation of solid waste, normally these are considered as the sources of waste. So let us have a look at different sources of waste. Industrial waste, which are generated from industries. Radioactive wastes, which are normally produced from the sites where nuclear energy is being produced. Agricultural waste are the waste generated from agricultural processings. Municipal waste are the waste generated within the municipal limit, particularly in the urban agglomerations. Urban waste is also a kind of municipal waste which is being generated on a larger scale. Rural waste is the waste which is being generated in villages and small hutments, which has some different characteristics than that of the urban waste. Constructional waste, which is frequently considered as, or which is familiarly being known as demolition waste, which include the materials produced from demolition of constructed buildings or monuments. Biomedical wastes are the waste which are produced from hospitals, clinics, and therefore it is also called as clinical waste. E-waste or electronic waste is one of the major concern of present times because electronic waste is being generated on a larger scale, particularly in Indian cities. Commercial waste and mining waste. Mining waste, these are the waste which are generated from mining operations, and commercial waste are generated from the service sectors, particularly transportation and distribution system. Now these are the solid sources of solid waste. Let us try to understand the importance of each of these. Industrial waste, as far as is concerned, is generated from various industrial operations, particularly the industries where huge amount of raw material is being produced, processed, and large amount of waste is being generated. The iron and steel industry, chemical industries, paper and pulp industry, tanneries, textile mills, sugar industry are the important industrial setups from where large amount of waste is being generated and it is released to the natural system. Industrial waste can also be in different forms, like solid waste. You can see in the pictures, the discarded material from industrial processing, or tanneries, metal waste that is being generated out of various processings in industries are the example of solid waste. Whereas liquid waste include chemical mixed water or discarded water, processed water in the industrial operations, that can also be considered as liquid. Or gaseous waste are in the form of poisonous gases that are released from the industrial segments. So most of the industrial wastes are non-biodegradable and are hazardous for environment and health. Radioactive waste are the substances which are generated from nuclear power plant stations or nuclear weapon testing stations, and also the processing of raw material for nuclear power plant, that is uranium ore, and the research laboratories where radioactive material is being used. Radioactive waste or nuclear waste is a very hazardous kind of a waste because such the sites where such kind of waste is being dumped mostly responsible for various health and environmental problems. Radiation that is being generated out of radioactive waste result in various health issues among the people. Now, if you look at the example of radioactive waste, for example, from Argentina, what kind of activities are responsible for generation of radioactive waste? Maximum of it is nuclear power plant, which are producing 80% of radioactive waste, followed by fuel and manufacturing areas, nuclear power plants and research centers or reactors. Medicines and industries are responsible for production of radioactive waste. Agricultural waste, on the other hand, include agricultural, you know, weeds, remains of vegetables, crop residues, residues of pesticides, and also the residues of chemical fertilizers. So these are the examples of agricultural waste. More often, if there is a huge supply of agricultural produce in a market, that leads to lowering the price of the product, and then farmers dump their product as it is in the agricultural field. That is the example of agricultural waste. Besides that, the residues of fertilizers and pesticides are also important agricultural waste, which sometimes become toxic for human health. Municipal waste is the kind of waste which is generated within the municipal limit or limit of the municipal corporation or municipal council, and the responsibility of collection, disposal, and management of such waste generated in municipal limit is shouldered by municipal corporation or municipal council of respective urban centers. It is a mixture of various kinds of waste, including plastic, glasswares, vegetable waste, which are generated from domestic use of substances in urban areas. Rural waste, on the other hand, are less in amount as compared to urban waste. In fact, the per capita production of waste in rural areas is less as compared to the urban areas. The waste that is being generated from rural areas are predominantly biodegradable because the use of plastic and other toxic substances are limited in rural areas as compared to the urban segments. Constructional or demolition waste are the waste which are generated from at construction sites, wherein metal, rabbit, steel, furniture waste, debris, and dust is being generated on a larger scale. Such kind of wastes are found to be more common in the urban areas where urban renewal is taking place. The old buildings are collapsed and then the new buildings are constructed at the same place. So municipal waste include large amount of constructional waste or demolition waste as compared to the biodegradable waste. Biomedical waste or clinical waste is the waste that is being generated from clinics, surgery centers, operation theaters, and also general and ICU wards, which includes used syringe, medicine bottles, capsules, tablet wrappers, cotton which is used for cleaning the wounds, and also the surgical equipments, artificial limbs in surgical used in surgical operation theaters. IV sets are used for providing medicines through saline bottles, blooded cotton and glassware. So biomedical waste are of different combinations and which have to be treated separately. Although biomedical waste is not toxic and hazardous, it can be hazardous if it is mixed with the other sources of waste because it can also cause accidents. Commercial waste, on the other hand, includes significantly large amount of waste because the transportation and distribution system for a particular product require to have large amount of plastic, packaging material, parcel material, glasswares to protect such materials, and therefore the commercial waste also is an important type of waste where large amount of packaging materials are used and which go as waste. Electronic waste is generated from the use of electronic hardwares like LED, TV, laptop, personal computers, modem, mobile phones, earphones, speakers, batteries, power banks, and so on. Electronic waste generation in India has increased since past couple of decades due to increased use of mobile phones, laptops, and other gadgets. Delhi is largest e-waste producing city in India, followed by Mumbai, where 19 thousands of tons of electronic waste is being generated every year. Mining waste are generated from open mining sites, which includes mineral waste, boulders, rabbits, metals, debris, dust around the mining areas, particularly in the open mining areas, which leads to land pollution and also air pollution to some extent. The classification of solid waste can also be done based on various bases, like based on the physical state, based on the degradability, based on its impact on natural environment, based on its composition, and based on the source of waste. We can classify solid waste into various types. So based on the physical state, the waste can be easily classified into three: solid waste, liquid waste, and gaseous waste. Solid waste includes solid substances or unused or used discarded solid materials. Liquid waste include sewage or wastewater that is being generated out of various economic operations. And gaseous waste includes gaseous pollutants like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, methane, and so on, which are responsible for pollution of air. So these are the three important types of waste based on its physical state. On the basis of degradability, solid waste can be classified into two: biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste. Biodegradable waste are the waste which can easily be decomposed and degraded naturally to cycle the material or energy through biogeochemical cycles or the ecosystems. Such kind of waste is include organic waste like vegetable peels, remains of fruits, vegetables, bones, meat, leftover food, garden waste. These are the examples of biodegradable waste, most of which can be converted into fertilizers by the way of composting technique. Non biodegradable waste include all inorganic substances which cannot be easily degraded or which cannot be easily recycled. Lights, bulb, plastic, thermocol, glass bottles, industrial hazardous products like mercury, tin, lead, rubber, and metal scrap are the examples of non biodegradable waste, which really creates a great problem as far as the environmental quality is concerned. These are the pictorial presentation of biodegradable and non biodegradable waste. So it speaks about the waste which can easily be degraded, easily be composted and converted into energy rich compounds or fertilizers on the other hand. But non biodegradable waste includes such substances like plastic, glass bottles, and cans, which can not easily be degraded in the natural processes. On the basis of impact of the the natural resources or the waste generation, we can classify it into two: hazardous waste and non-hazardous waste. Hazardous waste are all kind of waste which can lead to health problems or mortality or some irreversible health problems to human beings, like for example hospital waste or clinical waste. Old batteries, tins, and paints are hazardous for human health. Non-hazardous waste include the substances which do not cause any mortality or irreversible illness or pose any threat to human health, like organic waste, construction debris, normally do not lead to any chronic human disorders, but sometimes it can create problems to human health if it is on a very larger scale. So paper, plastic, glass, metals, organic materials, e-waste, light, these are the example of solid waste. Now the hazardous waste needs to be processed and needs to be disposed properly, otherwise they can create huge environmental problems. The open dumping of solid waste sometimes results into problems, particularly to the animal life. Most of the animals we see that they die due to consumption of plastics, and that plastic when enter into their body, they get the entire intestines congestion, and then animals die. Based on composition of the waste, which can easily be classified into four: vegetable waste, plastic waste, electronic waste, and biomedical waste, which we have already discussed in the past few minutes. So we have discussed today different types of waste and different sources of waste, and also the meaning of waste in this particular lecture. We will discuss rest of the points in this module in the next lecture. Till then, thank you very much. Have a nice time.